Hello, Fantasy Sports Wizard here, and welcome to episode 13 of my Hamburg career mode. And on screen now, we're going through doing a bit of a squad review, as I think it's been some time since we've done one. So it's always nice to check in with the lads, see how they're performing over the course of the season, and it gives us a chance to just think about where we're going with the club, what we want to do with them, and whether some of these guys, whether they have a future with us, or it's time for them to move on, because as it is, as much as this club is about success and winning trophies, it's also about making money and surviving and growing as a club. And through that, you need to be developing players as well as winning games. And sometimes some of those players, they just don't fit in anymore, and it's time for them to move on, get a return for them, and look elsewhere for a new investment. And a couple of these guys, you can see that their contract's winding down. Olic is retiring. Euro, I think, is on his way out of the club along with Spasic. So one of those things is we're going to be looking for a new couple of centre backs and possibly a couple of midfielders and strikers, and maybe a goalkeeper. It depends if I finally decide I've had enough of Rene Adler. I mean, he's had so many good games for us lately, but there are games where I'm just shaking my head at the things he does and just despair. Anyway, like you can see on screen now, we're hitting some of our on loan players, ship block that we're going to come up against in the first game of this episode. Like, these guys are all out on loan, just allowing them to get some much needed game time to grow as a player. Just get like, you can teach all you want in training to improve as a player, but nothing compares to actually getting game time and scoring goals or like keeping clean sheets and whatnot. So it's encouraging to see all these guys that they're getting game time and they're going improving themselves, so they can come back to the club, have a look and see if they're pushing for a starting spot or if they still need more time to go out elsewhere. And here we go, like we're training some of our brighter stars of the club, like with view of making them better than they already are, and so they can be there to spur the club on to greater heights. And it's all very encouraging, like seeing these guys having the impact that they're having. Like Tillemans and Bolo, they both come in this summer, and they've grown so much as players, as people. It's very reassuring, like what we're trying to achieve here. And on screen now, we're going into the first of today's games against Darmstadt, as I already said, and pretty much the strongest team we have available. Ilicevic and Muller as our wingers, and Bolo and Osoga continuing that partnership up front, hopefully forming a nice tandem that will strike fear into opposition goalkeepers and defenders alike, and one that we can continue to grow, develop, and form a tandem that will rack up the goals and spur us on to winning trophies. And this game against Darmstadt, we've seen like Embolo continuing, like he's come on leaps and bounds like the last couple of games, and that is just confidence from getting that monkey off his back with his first goal. And he was so close to getting one there, but here we go. Muller cutting in on his favourite foot and gets tripped, and that will be a penalty. And Junior Diaz is booked, and we will let Losogo step up to take this and hopefully give us the 1-0 lead, as he has done so many times so far this season from the spot. And I mean, you can't complain. Like, he's brought him down though. Maybe with the new patch, people are saying that penalties are a lot harder to earn, so it'll be interesting to see if that would have been one in the game. And here goes Lasoga, steps up, shoots to the left, and that's a poor penalty as the keeper saves it. And we continue to apply pressure around their penalty box, and Euro, I don't know what he is doing up here, makes himself some space and drills a shot in at that near post. Like, what? What are you doing there? You're meant to be a defender, son. Get back there and defend. And at halftime, we got the lead. We haven't got as much possession, but we've been more clinical and efficient with our shots, turning one of those into a goal. So, all in all, probably a fair halftime scoreline. Now, here we go. Schliplock played through defense nowhere near, and that's just an easy header. Like, what is like defense? We need a rock there to just take commanding presence and cut those balls out. But unfortunately for Darmstadt, Schliplock may have not been playing, but that goal incensed everyone in the team. They spurred them on, and we start to open the floodgates. Get a go there of Hunt, I think. And here comes Mbolo, like, he bullies his way into the box, and that is a strong finish that the keeper just wasn't going to keep it out. He say the ball had eyes for the back of the net. And here, Tillemans is going to put a gloss on this scoreline with a fantastic curved finish in. Oh boy, this kid is quality. 4-1 win. Possession, not so much in our favour, but the shot, we bombarded them in the second half. They had no answer, and we run out worthy winners. So, very encouraging result for the lads after a poor run of results that have not gone our way. So to get back in that win column is very encouraging and increases the confidence as we continue to push on up the table and hopefully get as high a possible finish as we can. I believe in the guys, and I'm hoping that they're believing. I would like to say they are, but I can't see their minds. I mean, they're playing like the confidence is returning, and oh boy, here we go. Right, we got a good win, and now we come up against one of the Bundesliga strong teams. Now you may recall, last couple of episodes I titled it "Crisis in Dortmund" as they had a bit of fire sale and got rid of several of their key players. So could we take advantage of this? And coupled to that, boy, did I want revenge for the last game we played. They managed to beat us 2-1 with two very dubious penalties. Maybe one that, yeah, you could say one wasn't and one was, but either way, it cost us at most a point. And at halftime, Dortmund dominating possession, but they've had little chance to do anything with the ball in terms of getting any shots on. But then defensive coverage breaks down here, failed to clear that out, and then that's just an easy finish for Mkhitaryan, and 1-0 Dortmund, and then agonizingly close to a tying it up, but it hits that part of the post where instead of careering into the back of the net, it sends it out instead, and it stays at 1-0. And then Hunt foolishly slides in and earns a straight red. I think that was a very soft card to give, but the ref was having none of it, and we're now playing with 10 men. And here we go, like, we're working the clock here. We get a free kick there, and we managed to keep the ball. Like, we're into 3 minutes of injury time, but at the recording stops, we're up to 100 minutes game time. Like, I tried all I could to get a shot, but nothing worked, not even a nice deflection looped in over Berkey, so very disappointing to not get anything out of that game. And on to we go, looking to bounce back in the Nord Derby. We won the previous game, so obviously those guys, they're going to be fired up for this. And I know how much the fans want us to win this game. I know how much I want to win this game. And the players want to win this game as much as well. So all in all, like very determined after that disappointment against Dortmund to get back into the winning column against these guys. And yeah, it's a matter of pride and prestige that we beat these guys. Like you look back on the season or like starting the season, these are the games that you really want to win, and it's Bremen striking first, and how has he got that in? And to add insult to injury in this derby, he goes and shushes the camera. How obnoxious can you be? But here we go, and Bolo takes none of that. He is incensed straight from kickoff. He runs back to the camera and is punching his chest in delight that we are back in this game 1-1. But here we come again. Like this game was so open. Bremen cutting in, and that's a lovely one-time finish on top of that. Maybe Adler could have done better, but unfortunately it goes in, and at half-time we are down 2-1 with only just the Embolo shot to count. Bremen, the far better of the teams, and fully deserving their 2-1 lead. And that is the end of the episode.